Hey guys, Tonic here. On the private test server right now, there are several new legendary effects available for testing. Yesterday we took a look at the brand new Aristocrat effect on a Fixer, and today we're going to be trying out the Juggernaut effect on a Handmade. Now the Juggernaut effect is pretty sweet. It's going to have your damage increase as your health increases, so it seems like it's going to be pretty solid for full health builds. Now as far as the rolls on this weapon goes, it's actually pretty decent. It has my VATS crits meter filling 15% faster, a 25% faster fire rate, and then also the damage increases as your health increases with the Juggernaut effect. And then as far as my armor goes, I'm just going to be using Chinese stealth armor. It's going to help me stay in caution. And then I have no chems or anything like that helping me out. So it's pretty much just going to be the stock effect of this weapon being at completely full health. So 94 is there in the torso, which isn't great, but it's not horrible. In the heads, we got 193s. 212s on that mutant. So it's putting out pretty good damage for not really having any supporting things with it. 105 up close. So yeah, I mean, overall, it's not going to be putting out the same damage numbers as your Bloodied or your Junkied, or even the Aristocrats now for that matter, but it still is comparing pretty decent. And especially with the ease of use, like there's not really much you have to do to make this build work. You just have to have your health all the way up, grab whatever kind of armor you want, and you're good to go. So as far as ease of use as this kind of effect goes, I think it's a 10 out of 10. For players that are very casual and things like that, I think this could be very sought after. So currently in the game, the main weapons for a full health build are going to be your Junkied and your anti-armor. However, on the PTS with the addition of the Aristocrat and now this Juggernaut as well, I'm pretty curious to see how things stack up. So I believe that the Juggernaut is going to stack up very well against the anti-armor, whilst the Junkie is going to stack up very well against the Aristocrat, because those two do seem to have a little bit higher damage, while the anti-armor and Juggernaut I think will be towards the same. So I have two weapons here. I have a Juggernaut suppressed automatic Handmade as well as the anti-armor, the same exact attachments as well. So let's show that again just to make sure. And we're going to try it out with a Juggernaut one first on the Scalper. So let's get a little bit closer here and hit the head. So 165 to 297. And we're going to go over here with the anti-armor one as well. Get about the same distance away and try that. So it seems to be that the anti-armor one is actually performing better than the Juggernaut, which is pretty surprising actually. I thought that the Juggernaut one would definitely outperform. But let's go find some super mutants and try it on them as well, because different enemies have different armor defenses and things like that. So here we are, we have two super mutants right next to each other, so we're going to do the anti-armor one first here. We're going to go just for some more torso shots. So 119 to 214. With the Juggernaut, 103 to 186. So even on these ones, it seems to perform a little bit better. So I guess in the future, Juggernaut really won't be as good as anti-armor, which is pretty surprising, honestly. Now the only downside to this legendary effect is being in combat with it, which I know sounds very strange, but hear me out. So if you're fighting a Scorch Beast and you're putting out some damage onto it, and it turns around and it blasts you, you're going to lose 25% of your weapon's damage, which can be pretty significant depending on the kind of moment that you're in. So this weapon system is actually going to fluctuate in combat based on how much damage you take, because if you're not full health, you're not putting out the maximum damage that this thing can offer. So I think that this is going to be best utilized in sneak builds or things like that, because if you are a full health heavy gunner build trying to use one of these and you're just getting shot at from everything in the general area, your weapon system is not going to have consistent damage numbers. So I do not think that this is going to be the new go-to weapon for a full health build. I still think your anti-armor, your Junkied, and even the Aristocrat now for that matter are still going to dominate that sector. But there's still something to be said about this weapon. It is very good, it's very easy to set up, and for the casual player, this is more than enough. So I think that this will have a decent selling price in vendors, and I still do think it's going to be a somewhat sought after effect. But that is pretty much going to do it for this video, so I do want to give a massive thank you to everybody who stopped by and watched, and as always, a massive thank you to all the channel members: Chad of Fallout 76 Podcast, Timothy James, Esdeath93, Heather Henderson, Yosevated, Patrick Rooted, 23 Icefire, Jay Smith, Argent Deer, Basil Double Fraying, Ice Cream Manny, Chris Decker, Robert Kennard, Theodore, Captain Awesome, Digital Aardvark, Lone Samurai OG, Diathan Gaming, Christy Melton Schwitz. You guys are amazing, I love you guys, and have a good weekend.